Good afternoon all. I welcome you. Once again I welcome you. We are studying for fourth lesson. In that fourth lesson, in that first part I have completed. You have been studying the next part today. That is in page number 36. Everybody take your book. And get ready for learning. First of all, we study about atomic number and mass number. I am going to teach atomic number and mass number. Check this: atomic number and mass number. Listen, what is called atomic number? First you understand what is called atomic number. The number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom. The number of protons. Already in this fourth lesson, you have seen where is nucleus, where are protons, neutron and electron. You have studied, yes? Now the central part of an atom called the nucleus. So here atomic number, what is the meaning of atom? What is atomic number? The number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom is called atomic number. The number of proton present. You see here in this nucleus, proton and neutron is there. Yes. So the number of proton present in the nucleus of an atom is called atomic number. Now you can study this 2 mark question. What is called atomic number? Now you say this: the number of proton present in the nucleus of an atom. Is called atomic number. Now listen, it is represented by the symbol Z. This atomic number is represented by the symbol Z. It is always written as a subscript. Near the symbol of the element. This Z, it should be written as subscript. So where to write this one? It should be written near the symbol of the element. Since an atom as a whole is neutral. The number of electrons present in an atom is called atomic number. The number of electrons present in an atom is called atomic number. You see here. Listen children, first of all we studied what is called atomic number. Proton present in the nucleus of the atom, so that is atomic number. Now we are studying the number of electron present in an atom is also called atomic number. Okay, this is also called the atomic number. Now next we will study now listen children, the total number of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus of the atom is called the mass number of the element. The number of proton and the number of neutron. This proton and neutron, where it is present? It is present in the nucleus. So what is called mass number of the element? The total number of protons and neutrons. Present, because they are present in the nucleus of the atom. So the total number of protons and neutrons is called the mass number of the element. That is called mass number of the element. What is mass number? Atomic number in Tamil meaning Anu N. What is that? Anu N. Mass number, that is Behujana N. Mass number Behujana N. Because this is a total number of proton and neutron. So that is mass number of the element. Now this symbol, what is the symbol. It is represented by the symbol A. Already you know atomic number represented by the symbol Z. But the mass number of the element is represented by the symbol A. Symbol A. And it is always written as superscript. It is always written as superscript near the symbol of the element. Near the symbol of the element. So where A comes, where A comes, what should be written? It should be written as superscript. What is that? Superscript. So now I will ask question. What is the symbol of Z? What is the symbol Z? How it should be written? How is it be written? It should be written as subscript. It should be written as subscript. But the symbol A should be written as superscript. What is that? Superscript. Now next we will learn now. Listen children. So in this page number 36 you look at this atomic number within the bracket Z is equal to number of proton is equal to number of electron. Number of protons and number of electrons. First paragraph we studied about the atomic number. Second paragraph says that mass number. Second paragraph says that mass number. So mass number that is represented by the symbol A. So the mass number is equal to number of protons and number of neutrons. That's why you studied the total number of protons and neutrons. So it should be written as number of protons plus number of neutrons. That is called mass number of an element. That is called mass number of an element. Are you listening me? Is there any doubt? Listen carefully. The mass total number of mass number. The mass number of an element is equal to number of protons and plus number of neutrons. Number of protons plus number of neutrons. Now look at the PPT. An element is represented with its symbol. Already you know element is represented with its symbol atomic number and mass number as follows. Atomic number and mass number as follows. If the symbol of element it is represented by X, we take that is X. Then mass number, that is mass number superscript. Yes. Then atomic number subscript. Atomic number subscript. Now X is the symbol of an element. X is the symbol of an element. So A, that is mass number. So it should be written as superscript. Already you know how to write, how to be written. How to be written. What is that? How to be written A. How to be written A. That is mass number. So it should be written as superscript. Now atomic number, that is Z. Atomic number. This is subscript. This is subscript. Now example, for example, sodium. We take sodium. Sodium is an element. Now we take the sodium element, atom of sodium element. It contains 11 protons. How many protons? 11. 11 electrons and 12 neutrons is represented. Now children, 11 protons, 11 electrons and 12 neutrons is represented. You know proton and neutron. Proton are present in the nucleus of the atom. Proton and neutron present in the nucleus of an atom. Now the atom of sodium element containing 11 protons, 11 electrons, now and 12 neutrons is represented. So because number of protons is equal to number of electrons is equal to atomic number. Already we know atomic number is equal to number of protons equal to number of electrons. So number of protons how many? 11. Number of electrons? 11. So 11 equal to 11 equal to atomic number. 11 equal to 11 equal to atomic number. Listen, this one you look at in that same base 36. Atomic number within the bracket is that. If you are not listening, you listen carefully again. Atomic number is equal to number of proton is equal to number of electrons. So that this one comes according to the formula. This one comes according to the formula, because number of protons equal to number of electrons is equal to atomic number. So number of protons how many? 11. Number of electrons? 11. So is equal to atomic number. Now number of protons plus number of neutrons is equal to mass number. Number of protons and number of plus number of neutrons is equal to mass number. That's why the total number of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus of the atom, that is mass number of an element. Now you hear number of protons 11, number of neutrons 12, number of neutrons 12. That is equal to how many? 11 plus 12? 23. 11 plus 12? 23. Okay children, now through this example you can understand atomic number and also mass number. How do we analyze the atomic number and mass number? Did you understand children? Okay, next we will see. Now we will study about electronic configuration. We are going to study electronic configuration. That is configuration electronic configuration min anu ul amaivu. Okay, electronic configuration min anu ul amaivu in Tamil word. This is a Tamil word of electronic configuration. Now listen carefully. The subatomic particles. What is that? The subatomic particles. Atomic particles அணுத்துகள்கள். Atomic particles என்று சொன்னால் அணுத்துகள்கள். தமிழில் அணுத்துகள்கள் என்று சொல்லுவோம். What are they? Proton, neutron and electron. You have studied. You have already studied. So the subatomic particles, electrons, revolve around the nucleus. Structure of atom. You have studied this in the structure of atom. Did you study children? Yes. Now here you see the subatomic particles, electrons, revolve around the nucleus. Electrons revolve around the nucleus. Then the arrangement of the electrons in a well-defined shell is called electronic configuration. What is called electronic configuration? The arrangement of the electrons in a well-defined shell is called electronic configuration. Now, the well-defined imaginary path, in which electrons revolve around the nucleus. Listen carefully. Proton, neutron doesn't revolve around the nucleus because they are present in the nucleus, but electrons revolve around the nucleus. That is called orbit or shell. Another one name is shell. The shell which is present next to the nucleus. You look at the structure of atom, you can understand more. You can know easily the shell which is present. Next to the nucleus, that is named K. That is named as K. So that is K shell. Next, this is the innermost shell in any atom present very close to the nucleus. This K cell is the innermost shell. Where it is present? It is present very close to the nucleus. It is present very close to the nucleus. Then next, the remaining shells are named as L, M, N, and also so on. Each shell can have a maximum of 2n squared electrons. Each cell, it may be K or L or M or N or O, each shell can have a maximum of 2n squared electrons in it, where n is the shell number. Where n is the shell number, they have a maximum of 2n squared electrons in it. Understood? Now, name of the cell, what all? K, L, M, N. Now, shell number, we call them 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, maximum number of electrons present in each shell using the formula 2n squared, 2, 8, 18, 32, it goes on. Okay, children? Now, for example, here you look at the figure 4.3, electronic configuration of carbon atom. Electronic configuration of carbon atom. மின்னணு உள்ளமைவு, கார்பனினுடைய மின்னணு, கார்பன் அணுக்களின் மின்னணு உள்ளமைவு எவ்வண்ணமாக செயல்படுகிறது, எவ்வண்ணமாக காணப்படுகிறது. Now, here you look at this electronic configuration of carbon atom. Now, the arrangement of electrons in a carbon atom which has 6 protons, 6p, that is 6 protons, 6n, 6 neutrons. Okay, 6 protons, 6 neutrons. Now, next, nucleus. Nucleus is present inside. So, nucleus, in the nucleus, protons and neutrons are there. The next, that symbol that represents electrons of carbon. That represents electrons of carbon. Electrons of carbon. Next, how many cells are given? 2 orbits. 1, that is innermost, K. Then now next one L. That K shell with its full capacity of only 2 electrons. You count that. How many electrons are on the K shell? 1, 2. Only 2 electrons. Next, you come to the L shell. How many electrons are available? 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you listening, children? How many is there? 1. You count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, 4 electrons are available. 4 electrons are available. The outermost shell of an atom is called the valence shell. The outermost shell of an atom is called valence shell. What is called valence shell? The outermost shell of an atom. What is called? The outermost shell of an atom is called the valence shell. Many one-word questions you can take. Many 2 mark question we can make. So because listen carefully, because many types of sentences you are studying. Many types of sentences you are studying, so listen carefully. Now, the outermost shell of an atom is called the valence shell. In the figure 4.3, the outermost shell is L shell. That is called valence shell. The number of electrons present in the valence shell are called valence electrons. Just now we studied 2 mark question or 1 word question. Again you are studying what are called valence electrons. The number of electrons present in the valence shell are called valence electrons. Now figure 4.3, carbon has how many electrons? How many valence electrons? 4 valence electron. Listen, the number of electrons present in the valence shell are called valence electrons. So that's why the carbon has 4 valence electrons in the shell L. in the shell L. Okay, now did you understand, children? Then we will see about stability of an atom. ஒரு அணுவினுடைய நிலைத்தன்மை, ஒரு அணுவின் நிலைத்தன்மை எவ்வாறு அமைகிறது? In Tamil word, ஒரு அணுவின் நிலைத்தன்மை எவ்வாறு அமையும்? That is stability of an atom. That is stability of an atom. Stability நிலைத்தன்மை. Atom அணு. So ஒரு அணுவின் நிலைத்தன்மை. We will study. Listen, children. The well-defined imaginary path in which electrons revolve around the nucleus is called orbit or shell. Already we have seen this. We look at through this slide. The shell which is present next to the nucleus is named as K shell, and L, M, N, that cells are remaining cells are named as L, M, N, and so on and so on. So each cell can have a maximum number of 2n squared electrons. 2n squared electrons in it. Okay, now next, here you see, children, name of the shell K, L, M, N. After shell number 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, maximum number of electrons present in each shell using the formula 2n squared. Using the formula 2n squared. So 2, 8, 18, 32. 2, 8, 18, 32. Now we will study about stability of an atom. An atom is said to be stable if it has 8 electrons in its outermost shell. Listen carefully. How the atom is a stability or not? How do we know? How do we know? An atom is said to be stable if atom has 8 electrons in its outermost shell. If it has 8 electrons in its outermost shell, that atom is said to be stable. That atom is said to be stable. If there are 8 electrons in the outermost shell, the element is said to have octet configuration. What is that? Octet configuration. Except the first shell K. Except the first shell K, which can have a maximum of only 2 electrons. That one can have a maximum of only 2 electrons. If an element does not have 8 electrons in the outermost shell, that is unstable. Stable opposite unstable. நிலைத்தன்மை அற்றது. So the element doesn't have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. That atom is unstable. So these elements combine with other elements to complete their octet and attain stability. They attain stability. How? The elements combine with other elements, then they complete their octet. So at last they attain stability. At last they attain stability. This stability is attained by accepting or donating or sharing of electrons between the atom. This stability is attained by accepting the electron or donating the electron or sharing of electron between the atoms. Okay, this is stability of an atom. This is stability of an atom. Next we will study valency of an element. Next we are going to study valency of an element. Okay, children. Now valency of an element. What is the ஒரு தனிமத்தின் valency? ஒரு தனிமத்தினுடைய valency அதை பற்றி நாம் பார்க்க போகிறோம். Now valency of an element. The number of electrons an element will lose gain or share to attain stability by attaining octet configuration in the outermost shell is termed as valency. Very easy. The number of electrons and element they will lose or gain or share to attain stability by attaining octet configuration in the outermost shell. That is termed as valency. Valency is a whole number. For example, listen, the element magnesium, we are taking the element magnesium. It has the atomic number 12. It has the atomic number, that atomic number is 12. K-L-M. That's shells K-L-M. Now, K2, L8, M2. The K shell has 2 electrons. L shell has 8 electrons. M shell has 2 electrons. So totally how many is there? 12. In the outermost shell M, there are only 2 electrons. But it should be attain octet state. Either it has to lose 2 electrons from the third cell. Either it has to lose 2 electrons from the third cell, that is M cell, or gain 6 more electrons. Losing 2 electrons is easier than gaining 6 electrons. So the valency of magnesium will be 2. Similarly, take page number 38. Similarly, the element oxygen has atomic number 8. Atomic number 8. Its electronic arrangement is listen, KLM shell. KLM, oxygen 8. So that how many cells are there? KLM. The electrons 2, 6. The outermost shell L has 6 electrons. It can lose 6 electrons or gain 2 electrons to become stable. Listen carefully. The outermost shell, that is L, has 6 electrons. How many electrons? 6 electrons. So it can lose 6 electrons or gain 2 electrons to become stable. So it is easier to gain 2 electrons to attain the octet configuration. Therefore, the valency of the element oxygen is 2. Okay, children. Now third one, listen, we take carbon element. How many? There are 6 electrons. Since its atomic number is 6, the arrangement of electron will be carbon 6 electron. So K L M. How many cells? K L M. So electron 2, 4. The cell 2, 4. The outermost shell L has only 4 electrons. So it can lose 4 electrons or gain 4 or share 4 electrons to attain stability. Carbon element shares 4 electrons easily. So its valency is 4. Understood, everybody? Understood how the atom attain the stability. If they attain stability by attaining octet configuration in the outermost shell, that is termed as valency. either lose or gain or share for attaining stability. Understood? Now we will study the next one. Now we will study about electronic configuration and valency of elements with atomic numbers. Listen, it is in page number 38. The heading electronic configuration and valency of elements with atomic numbers. Everybody take this page, listen carefully. Now listen children, atomic number 1 to 20. Atomic number 1 to 20 we will see. Atomic number 1 to 20. Name of element. What are the names of elements here? Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, calcium. So how many elements we studied? How many elements are given? 20 elements are here given. Next, symbol. What is the symbol of element? Now we will study about the symbol of element. Hydrogen H, helium He, lithium Li, beryllium Be, boron B, carbon C. Listen, that first letter will come. Some element little changes will be there. So carbon C, nitrogen N, oxygen O, fluorine F, neon Ne, sodium Na, magnesium Mg, aluminium Al, silicon Si, phosphorus P, sulfur S, chlorine Cl, argon Ar, potassium K, calcium Ca. Now electronic configuration, we see about the electronic K, L, M, N. They are orbits or shells. So helium in that electronic configuration, in that K shell has only one. The next, only one electron. Helium K shell has two. L, there is no electrons. Okay, like this will come children. So you study them carefully. Then valency. Already we studied the valency of an element. It will listen, if the number of electrons of element, if they want to attain stability, they will lose or gain or share. Yes, we studied. So that valency also given here. Now children, you take your classwork. Only 2 questions I am giving today. Only 2 questions. Take your classwork. This is lesson 4. Okay, this is lesson 4. You write continuously. Don't leave any space for anything. So whatever I am giving through the video, you can write without any pages or space. Okay children. Now first question, answer the following. First question, what is the substance? What is a substance? Name the types of substances. What is a substance? A substance is a matter which has specific composition and specific properties. Write fast children. Write neatly. Okay, now children, that second question, differentiate between compound and mixture. This is answer the following questions in detail. You write this heading. That answer the following in 1 or 2 question lines. That is only one question I am given. Here only one question. Differentiate between compound and mixture. Now you put 2 column, compound one column, mixture 1 column. Pure substance made up of 2 or more kinds of atoms or elements. Compound, that is a pure substance made up of 2 or more kinds of atoms or elements. Then impure substance made up of two or more kinds of elements or compounds. Okay. Then second point, chemically combined in a fixed proportion. Chemically combined in a fixed proportion, but mixture mechanically mixed in any proportion. Mechanically mixed in any proportion. Okay children, the remaining question I will give you through the next video. We will meet again. Thank you.